Have you been going to the gym and not seeing the results you've been hoping for? If you've been training hard and seeing little to no progress, you could be doing something wrong. In this video, we'll be listing 4 things that could be contributing to your lack of progress, and at the end of the video, you'll know exactly why you're not meeting your desired outcome and what you can do to start seeing results. The first thing that could be hindering you from seeing real muscle and strength gains is not tracking your workouts. Going to the gym and doing the same workouts, lifting the same amount of weight, and expecting your body to find a reason to get stronger and bigger just doesn't add up. Your body needs a reason to grow, and if you do the same thing over and over again, your muscles don't have a reason to grow past a certain point. Think about it. You go to the gym 3 times a week. You do your same old workouts and lift the same amount of weight. Your body gets used to that, and if your workouts don't get harder over time, your body will stay the same. What you need to do is progressive overload. But what is progressive overload? Progressive overload is when you gradually increase the weight, frequency, or number of repetitions in your strength training routine. This really challenges your muscles to get stronger and bigger. If your workouts get gradually harder for your muscles, you can imagine your muscles saying to themselves, "Oh shoot, this is getting hard. We really need to get stronger and bigger if we're going to lift that amount of weight when he goes to the gym next time." If you want to know exactly how you can make use of progressive overload, watch our in-depth video on progressive overload by clicking the link in the description after you finish watching this one. Number 3, you're consuming too much alcohol. We all know that alcohol is bad for us, but alcohol use is so normalized that the average American drinks 9.5 drinks per week and a whopping 494 drinks every single year. But how does that affect your progress in the gym? Well, studies have shown that alcohol consumption reduces muscle protein synthesis, which reduces the possibility of gaining strength and muscle size. Plus, it has also been revealed that alcohol negatively modifies hormone levels and decreases the body's metabolism, meaning the capability to decrease body fat becomes delayed. But why is muscle protein synthesis so important? MPS, short for muscle protein synthesis, is the metabolic process that describes the incorporation of amino acids into bound skeletal muscle proteins. In simpler terms, MPS is a process during which your body uses the amino acids found in protein to build new muscle. If alcohol reduces your muscle protein synthesis and muscle protein synthesis counteracts muscle breakdown, you can imagine that going to the gym, which breaks down your muscle tissue, and then going to a party where you consume alcohol isn't a good idea. Your muscles just got beat up by the workout you performed and are trying to recover. If you consume a lot of alcohol, you make the recovery process much harder for your muscles, and therefore you won't grow as much muscle tissue. Alcohol also contains a lot of calories and often makes us super hungry, which is not ideal if you're trying to lose weight. So we suggest you put your goals in first place and at least reduce your alcohol consumption if you really want to get stronger, leaner, and build real muscle. Number 2, you're not tracking what you eat. Let's say you go regularly to the gym every week, you eat healthy, and track your workouts. If that's you, then you probably saw a good amount of progress in the first few months of your fitness journey, but after those first few months to a year, you hit a plateau. If that's the case or not, if you're not tracking your nutrition, meaning calories and macros, you definitely should start doing that as soon as possible. Don't get me wrong, if you're just trying to be a healthy individual and all you care about is getting in some exercise every week and eating relatively healthy, then that's great, and you should continue to do that. However, if you want to see real long-term progress, both in body composition and strength, you should start keeping track of your calories and macros. Since this video is about gaining muscle and strength, you need to make sure to give your body the necessary nutrients so it can build more muscle and get those muscles stronger. If you don't keep track of the nutrients you eat over the day, you'll never know if you need more nutrients or if you've gotten enough of them. Studies show that eating 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is optimal for gaining muscle and strength. If you are yo-yoing your diet and just eating whatever throughout the day, you're very unlikely consuming sufficient amounts of protein to build muscle and likely going overboard on fats and carbs. Keeping track of your macros and calories and consistently consuming the right amount of macronutrients needed will move you towards your goal faster and put you ahead of the vast majority of people. If you want to learn exactly how to calculate your own macros and calories, then we've linked a video in the description where we go over exactly that. Number 1, you're doing too many or too few sets per muscle per week. When trying to get your muscles bigger and stronger, it's important to give your muscles enough stimulus to grow, but at the same time, it's also important to not go overboard. More is not always better when it comes to working out. Your muscles need to be able to recover from your workouts to grow, and at the same time, they need enough stimulus too. There's a sweet spot when it comes to training volume, and according to studies, roughly 10 to 20 sets per muscle per week is the sweet spot for maximizing growth, with beginners being at the lower end of this range and more experienced lifters being at the higher end of this range. With time, as you become more experienced and have more training time under your belt, you'll want to increase the sets per week gradually over time. When you reach the point of having 5 to 10 years of training experience, you'll probably want to be closer to the higher end of this range. Although you should be increasing the amount of sets you do for each muscle group gradually over the months and years, you need to be able to recover from the sets you're currently doing to increase the number of sets. A good rule of thumb is to try to get away with as few sets per muscle group per week while still consistently progressing on your lifts. That way you'll know you're able to recover and still get the same amount of muscle growth or even more. That's it. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video where we go over more reasons you're not progressing in the gym. Please join our community by subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.